The subject is church. Philip Jensen, when we start talking about church, sooner or later denominations come up.
Yeah.
Because I got my tribe and someone else has got their tribe. What is a denomination?
Well, a denomination is a European hangover. You're much more conscious.
It's nice being able to blame other people,
Absolutely.
isn't it? That's the good thing about being colonial.
Yeah.
It was their fault.
It was their fault. It's a European hangover. That is, you're not as conscious of denominations in Europe as you are in Australia. Because in Australia, we inherited Welsh Presbyterians, we inherited Scottish Presbyterians, the Methodists came out with the tin miners especially.
We had a few German Lutherans came to South
German
Australia.
Lutherans came to South Australia, and so we've got all these different European hangovers here. And so we're very conscious of denominations in Australia because in every country town, as you would know, there's one of every brand. They're all kind of lined up around the main street.
Or in the case of some denominations too, because they had an argument.
Yes, yes. So you've got to say, well, what is this? And they are associations of churches.
Right.
They're
The churches are the individual gatherings.
That's right. And the things they associate about or around are generally secondary matters. So the form of church government. This association has bishops. This association has presbyteries. If you think the form of government is a really critical factor for church, I'm sad for you. The gospel is the critical factor for church. And so you'll hear the gospel in this church, which is a presbytery kind of church. You'll hear the gospel in this Episcopal kind of church.
It's a minor thing that's divided them.
It's a minor thing that has
Yes.
divided them. But often the differences are, they've come from different historical trajectories. So the Brethren came out of the Irish in the 19th century, the Baptists came out of the Anabaptists in the 16th century, the Presbyterians came out of Scotland. It's secondary matters, but it does create different associations of churches.
It can also create different loyalties.
Yes.
And let me talk to you for a moment about loyalties. I mean, how much loyalty should we have to that kind of brand? In fact, I think you once said, could you leave your denomination? If you couldn't, you should.
Yes,
And if you
thank
can't,
you.
it's okay, you can stay.
Yes,
What
that's
did you mean by that strange
Well,
comment?
it's not strange, perfectly sensible. It's an idolatry then, isn't it? Because the critical thing is the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. If what is critical to you is something that is secondary, such as which form of government, well then it's ceasing to be secondary. It is now the critical, primary, essential thing. And that's a great concern to me, because as I move from church to church, I'm moving to a church that preaches Christ and Him crucified. I can move to an Anglican church. I happen to be an Anglican. I can move to an Anglican church that doesn't preach Christ is crucified, or I can move to a Presbyterian church that does. Well, I should move to the Presbyterian church. I shouldn't move to one that denies Christ, just because he's got the same brand of government.
Right, so it's our loyalty to Christ, not our loyalty to the brand or
Yes.
the tribe.